The war that lasted 38 minutes. In 1896, a man declared war on the most powerful empire on Earth. He had 2,800 men, a wooden boat, and one cannon. Britain had 5 warships, professional soldiers, and zero tolerance for this. The war lasted 38 minutes. This is the shortest war in recorded history. To understand how it happened, you need to understand Zanzibar. Zanzibar is a small island off the coast of East Africa. In the late 1800s, it was one of the most important trading ports on the continent. Spices, ivory, and for centuries before that, slaves. Whoever controlled Zanzibar controlled a massive piece of East African trade. Britain wanted that control. But instead of colonizing the island outright, Britain made a deal. The Sultan would keep his throne, his palace, his title. In return, Britain would make the real decisions. The Sultan got to feel like a ruler. Britain got to run everything. For years, this worked. The sultans cooperated. Everyone pretended to be happy. Then, on August 25, 1896, Sultan Hamad bin Tuwaini died. He was 39 years old, healthy, no warning, just dead. Some historians believe he was poisoned. No one was ever certain. But within hours of his death, before Britain could react, his cousin walked into the palace and declared himself sultan. His name was Khalid bin Bargash. Britain hated this man. Years earlier, Khalid had tried to take the throne after a different sultan died. Britain had blocked him and installed their preferred candidate instead. Khalid had been watching and waiting ever since. Now his cousin was dead, and he moved before anyone could stop him. He was everything Britain did not want. Defiant, nationalistic, unwilling to be a puppet. He believed Zanzibar should be ruled by Zanzibaris, not managed from London. Britain sent a message immediately. Step down by 9 a.m. on August 27th or face the consequences. Khalid read it. Then he started preparing for war. He gathered soldiers, palace guards, armed servants, and loyal civilians. Around 2,800 people total. He moved cannons to the palace gates. He positioned riflemen at every window. He moved his royal yacht into the harbor, a wooden vessel with a single cannon, and pointed it at the British ships. Those ships were steel warships, 5 of them, heavy artillery, trained naval crews. Khalid had a wooden boat and 1 cannon. He did not care. On August 26th, diplomats went back and forth trying to find a way out. Khalid was offered guarantees of safety. He was told he could leave with dignity. He was given every possible reason to back down. He refused every single time. The morning of August 27th arrived. British officers stood at their posts and watched the clock. In the harbor, the wooden yacht sat between the palace and the warships, its single gun pointed at ships that outweighed it by thousands of tons. 9 a.m. The British opened fire. What followed was not a battle. It was a demolition. Shells tore through the palace walls in minutes. The royal yacht fired its cannon once, possibly twice, before a British shell sent it to the bottom of the harbor. The palace flagpole was struck. The Zanzibari flag fell into the rubble. Khalid's soldiers scattered. There was nothing left to defend. At 9:38 a.m., a white flag appeared over the ruins. 38 minutes, start to finish. Khalid himself did not surrender. He ran to the German consulate nearby and asked for asylum. Germany took him in, which gave Britain a minor diplomatic headache. He eventually went into exile and lived until 1927, 30 years watching from a distance. Britain installed their chosen sultan before lunchtime. 1 British sailor was wounded. On the Zanzibari side, roughly 500 people were killed or injured in under 40 minutes. The palace was left in ruins. The yacht stayed at the bottom of the harbor for years. Britain kept control of Zanzibar for another 6 decades until the island gained independence in 1963. The Anglo-Zanzibar War. August 27, 1896. 38 minutes. The shortest war ever fought. History treats it as a curiosity, a strange record, a footnote. But there is something worth sitting with here. Khalid knew he was going to lose. The numbers were obvious. 5 warships against 1 wooden boat. the largest empire on Earth against a small island. He had to know. He declared war anyway. Whether that was courage or madness is something you can decide for yourself. If you made it this far, you love the kind of history they never put in textbooks. Subscribe, because that is exactly what this channel is. Every video is a story like this one. Real, strange, and forgotten by almost everyone. See you in the next one.